Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me by leaving dislikes on my video. We got some really nice weather today. It's slightly cloudy and temperature just about right to take a long walk. Can't wait to do that. And I'm starting to recover from long COVID symptoms. I didn't get a lot of mucus when I woke up today. That's a change for the better. Ironically, today's the 4-year anniversary of COVID-19. It's also the, how many years is it? 13-year anniversary of the Fukushima disaster. I distinctly remember when I went out to celebrate the 9-year anniversary of Fukushima. You know, 2020 I had made a resolution to start doing intermittent fasting to help normalize my relationship with food. And so I thought Fukushima would be a great opportunity for me to do a long fast. Ironically, I had a few opponents at the Computer Olympiad who had family members who were affected by Fukushima, and so that was kind of appropriate. And then halfway through that, I learned that it was another important date that will live in infamy, right? So it's kind of ironic. I want to say that ever since long COVID, I've had long COVID symptoms on and off for a year now. I got COVID-19 back in May of 2023, and I lost my appetite for months on end. This time around, I've been having breathing difficulties, a lot of mucus. So on and off for a year, I've had one form of long COVID symptoms or another. One thing I learned is that an illness will make everything else in your life that much harder. It makes it that much harder to get your job done. It makes it that much harder to network with other people. It makes hobbies less enjoyable. It makes life a lot more complicated. If you want to take a trip, so part of the reason I really Peter disliked spring break is that I really don't want to be traveling, because when you're traveling and you're always on your mind is, when am I going to have symptoms next, right? I really feel for people who have chronic health conditions, right? They really put a barrier. Imagine you're flying to, see, I got family in Taiwan, and you're constantly worried, am I going to misplace my medication and I won't be able to get more until I come home, right? I can only imagine what that would feel like, right? So a lot of times we feel so invincible. You know, before I had long COVID, my sleep hygiene was pretty terrible. I sometimes relapse with eating disorder problems. You know, eating disorder is kind of funny. I do eat very well these days. I tend to take smaller bites, chew my food thoroughly and all that. But I wish I could do it more automagically, right? If I allow autopilot to kick in, a lot of times my eating habits aren't all that great. I need to find some way to reprogram my autopilot. Right now, I've been trying to override the autopilot, but I haven't had very good luck reprogramming it for some reason. I've heard mixed feelings about whether or not that's even possible. But I wonder what it's like if you grow up in poverty, right? Imagine you grow up in Africa, where you don't want to be taking big bites because you really want to savor every bite, right? And then you come to America and somehow you hit a windfall for some reason, right? Or maybe you're somebody like Mary Curry who grew up in poverty, and then one day you discover this chemical element, you win a Nobel Prize which pays you about $200,000, right? And I don't know if she made any money aside from the Nobel Prize payouts, right? But obviously she was a lot better off after winning the Nobel Prize. I wonder if your autopilot still kicks in and you take smaller bites. I don't know. If anybody has ever lived in that situation, feel free to chime in on that, right? But you can feel invincible and take those big bites and stuff your face and never get good sleep and push your body until you can't. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.